I could always cope with the idea of fear of failure because as a high achieving woman, I was unstoppable. I was like, bring on the fear, baby. Pile it on for me. I will show you. I will bust the fear. I will push through it. I will get to the other side. The more the fear, the better the gains. But when I was told that there's a fear of success, I thought, oh, call blimey. Give me some purple spots and call me a giraffe because we're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't. How are we ever going to win the game if we're afraid of failure and now we're afraid of success? Kind of makes you stuck like between a rock and a hard place. And I'm seeing this in so many women right now who are standing there like a deer in the headlamps and going, well, I know that I'm overcoming my fear of failure, so I must have a fear of success, Al, and that's why I'm not taking action. Well, honey, don't worry. We are going to bust that lie wide open today. My name is Elle Nagy, and I am a rich life advisor. I work with women just like you to start living a life that is filled with pleasure, fun, flow, and yes, feeling exquisitely rich. So, what the hell is going on? Well, the first thing to understand is that we all came into this life with a personal blueprint of success, which means a life that is created through personal experience, identifying personal preference, and thereby creating a version of life, a version of ourselves that has the most divine flow, fun, pleasure, and yes, creative intensity. But instead of allowing ourselves to tap into this personal preference, we are templated with the idea of what success has to look like. And it's very much based on our professional success with the monetary equivalent so that we can be rich and successful, and we are promised that we will finally be happy. I don't know about you, honey, but I have seen way too much evidence to the contradiction where there are extremely wealthy people, very successful people in their profession, and their personal lives is an absolute shambles, and therefore they are robbed of joy and happiness. That is because that success was designed by a handful of people for whom it is their true blueprint. So, what we are seeing is that people are showing up, especially now on the internet, and they are going, this is what success looks like, and look how happy I am. And this is what I had to do to get to this life. So, if you just do this, then you will get this and you'll be happy. But is that true universally for everybody? I think not. So, what's happening is that women have a blueprint of success that is not their own, and their bodies know this. Their nervous systems are shutting down. They're going, I don't think so. I don't want to do that. But we're overriding it because we are so conditioned in the pain for gain philosophy, in the we have to do the things that are uncomfortable to us so that we will grow and then eventually it will feel fantastic. I mean, if that's the game you want to play, then by all means go ahead. I have found that this is not true for most of us. Yes, we are badass. Yes, we are hardcore. Yes, we absolutely can withstand so much pain and discomfort and just keep hustling forward. But at what price? Because the prize is not going to be joy and happiness. The prize is only going to be more discomfort, more pain, more grind. So what do we do? Well, This is where we get to be super honest with ourselves. We sit our sweet selves down with a cup of coffee or tea if you're one of those people, and your journal, and you start figuring out what lights you up. Now, I am not only talking about the outcome experience. I'm not only talking about what lights me up in terms of the vision of my life that feels just fantastic. I'm also talking about all the experiences along the way in the actions that are being taken to create this vision. Because if you're a woman that just comes alive on stage in front of people and it feels like you're in the zone, then baby, that's your jam. But if you're continuously walking onto stage and it just feels like you want to vomit, that's not your thing. And no matter how many times you do it, and no matter how good you might perform in this role, your experience is just going to be icky every single time. And quite frankly, an icky experience is not worth any result. Because there's another way for you, whether that is having intimate one-to-one conversations with people, whether that is writing books, whether that is showing up online, whether that is really having an exclusive community that's very small, very private, very intimate, but you get to do your best work in that. Your responsibility is to figure that out for yourself. We're living in a world at the moment where everybody seems to need to be a rock star, a social media star, or whatever it is, big and bold and loud and all of the things. And then we are told we will be successful. Well, success is not success if it doesn't feel fantastic. So the next time that you hear the words that there is a fear of success, I'm going to tell you, no, honey, your nervous system is simply telling you that the image that you're holding in your mind at the moment of success is a false image and it is not yours. So the work is, what really lights you up? What is pleasure for you, both in the vision, and really get honest with yourself. If the idea of a huge community is not lighting you up, then get out of the conditioned idea that this is what it needs to be. So what is the vision of success? How do you actually spend your days? What are the activities that you are engaged in? And do those feel fantastic? Because you didn't come to this life to suffer for success. You came to have a glorious, magnificent experience. If this is something that you would like support in, I highly recommend you check out the Rich Life Recalibration 4-hour private intensive with me, in which we go deep and create your personal blueprint of success. Because you are worth living your best life. After all, you are the artist and the art. Why not make your life your personal masterpiece? I love you. I will see you next week. Cheers.